There's a dangerous change happening inside your brain right now, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what it is. But first, let me show you the symptom. You used to be a reader. You remember those childhood summers when you could read an entire novel in one sitting? But now you can't make it through a single chapter. You sit down with a book, read the first page, maybe two, and then your brain starts to itch. You feel restless, bored, so you pick up your phone, just for a second, and 3 hours later, you're still scrolling. You've watched 200 short videos, absorbed exactly zero information you can remember, and the book is still sitting there on page 3, mocking you. Deep down, you feel it. Have I broken my brain? If this is you, take a breath, because today I'm going to show you exactly what happened and how to get it back. You didn't lose your ability to read because you got lazy. You lost it because billion-dollar tech companies spent the last decade reverse engineering your dopamine system, and they won. The average person picks up their phone 352 times per day. Once every 4 minutes you're awake. Your brain has been chemically hijacked. The weapon? Supernormal stimuli. In the 1950s, researcher Nicolaus Tinbergen showed mother birds fake eggs, brighter, bigger, more colorful than any real egg. The mother birds abandoned their own real eggs. They sat on the fake ones instead, even though the fake eggs would never hatch. Why? Because the fake eggs triggered a stronger instinctual response than reality. Tinbergen called these supernormal stimuli so exaggerated they override natural rewards. Now, what do you think TikTok is? What do you think Instagram Reels is? They are the fake eggs, supernormal stimuli designed to be more colorful, faster, louder than anything in real life. Reading a book is a real egg, slow, quiet, patient. But Reels are flashing neon eggs screaming at you every 3 seconds, and your brain cannot resist. Here's what happens when you scroll. Every swipe releases a tiny hit of dopamine, not pleasure, anticipation, the feeling of maybe the next one will be good. And that maybe is the most addictive word in human language. Slot machines work the same way. Most of the time, nothing, but sometimes you win. That randomness keeps you pulling. Reels are a dopamine slot machine in your pocket. Most videos are mediocre, but every 10 swipes, one makes you laugh, one shocks you, one feels perfectly calibrated. Your brain learns, if I just keep swiping, I'll get another hit. But here's the trap. Every dopamine hit trains your brain to expect rewards faster. You are shrinking your tolerance for delayed gratification. A book doesn't give you hits every 10 seconds. A book makes you wait, sit with a character for 50 pages before the payoff. But your brain, now accustomed to instant hits, interprets that wait as pain. It screams, "This is boring, pick up the phone," and you do. Your brain has been recalibrated to expect speed. There's a part of your brain called the prefrontal cortex, your executive function center, responsible for sustained attention, impulse control, deep thinking. When you read, your prefrontal cortex does heavy lifting, holding characters in memory, building mental images, connecting ideas. It's working hard, like a muscle. When you use it, it grows stronger. But when you scroll Reels, your prefrontal cortex barely engages. You're in passive consumption mode, not thinking, not analyzing, just receiving. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Your prefrontal cortex isn't lifting any weight, and over time, it atrophies. fMRI scans show people spending hours on short-form video have measurably thinner prefrontal cortexes. Your brain is physically shrinking in the area responsible for focus. You're not imagining this. Your brain has been structurally changed. You spend 3 hours scrolling, absorbing hundreds of pieces of content. But tell me 3 things you learned yesterday from Reels. You can't, because your brain isn't encoding any of it into long-term memory. Information comes too fast. Your brain has no time to process. It never moves from short-term memory to long-term memory. It just evaporates. Hours consuming content that leaves zero trace. Meanwhile, a book forces deep encoding. When you read slowly, pause, reflect, connect ideas to experience, that information gets woven into your brain. That's why you remember books from 10 years ago, but not a single reel from this morning. Your brain has a default mode network. It activates when you're doing nothing, staring out windows, daydreaming, bored. This network is essential for creativity, self-reflection, problem-solving. Your best ideas come when your default mode network is active, in the shower, on walks, just thinking. But you never let your default mode network turn on anymore. The moment you feel boredom, you grab your phone. You've trained yourself to be terrified of mental silence. You are constantly stimulated, but never thinking. Reading requires boredom tolerance, sitting in silence, letting your mind wander. That's where the magic happens. But if you can't tolerate 10 seconds of boredom, you'll never read again. Here's the good news. Your brain is plastic. It can change. The damage is not permanent. But you can't fix this by trying harder. You need to rewire first. Step 1. Eliminate short-form video. For 30 days, no TikTok, no Reels, no Shorts. Use Freedom Website Blocker to block them. Make it impossible to access. Your willpower will fail, but if you remove the option, you can't relapse. Step 2. Start with 5 pages. Replace random dopamine hits with a predictable reward. 5 pages a day, not a chapter. 5 pages. You're rebuilding the neural pathway for sustained attention. Progressive overload. 5 pages today, 6 tomorrow, 10 next week. Your brain will resist. It'll say it's boring. Sit in it. That discomfort is your prefrontal cortex lifting weight again. Step 3. Practice boredom. Once a day for 10 minutes, do nothing. No phone, no book, no music. Just sit. Stare at the wall. Your brain will scream at you, but if you sit through it, something beautiful happens. Your default mode network activates. Ideas surface. Emotions process. You feel like yourself again. This is reconnecting with your own mind. Step 4. The 1-chapter rule. After 30 days, you're ready for the next level. Read 1 chapter before you're allowed to open social media. Not after, before. This is your commitment device, because your future self is weak. Your future self will negotiate. Your future self will say, just 5 minutes of scrolling first. So you make the rule now while you're strong. No social media until I've read 1 chapter. And here's what happens. Most days after that chapter, you won't even want to scroll anymore. Your brain will have shifted into deep mode. And when you finally open Reels, it'll feel jarring, overstimulating, cheap. That's when you know you've won. You are not stupid, not broken. You didn't lose your intelligence. Your brain adapted to the environment you gave it. You fed it speed, so it craves speed. You fed it novelty, so it rejects stillness. But you can readapt. Train your brain to crave depth again, slowness, thought. But it requires intentionality. Your attention is your life. Every moment scrolling is a moment not spent being you, thinking, creating, reading. 30 days, no short-form video. 5 pages a day, 10 minutes of silence. By day 30, you'll feel different, sharper, like you got a part of yourself back. The book is still waiting. Your mind is still there, underneath all the noise, underneath all the speed. It's been there the whole time, quiet, patient, ready. All you have to do is sit down, turn off the phone, and let yourself be bored for just 5 minutes. That's where you'll find it again. That's where you'll find you. The you that could think, the you that could dream, the you that could sit with an idea and let it grow. That person didn't disappear. They're just buried under the noise. Your brain is not broken. It never was. It's just been running on the wrong fuel. And now you know how to feed it again. Welcome back.